I wanted to tell you the story about a kayaking accident I had May 14th going down the Merced River. We put in at Indian Flat. Uh, it was a low flow, so it's pretty much all class 3 except for one class 4, Ned's Gulch. Not a very hard stretch. I was bringing down 3 friends who were kayaking for the first time, Jack and Nick Richardson, sons of a good friend of mine and a friend of theirs. They were all in IKs. The day started out great, sunny, everyone was having fun. The accident happened on a pretty easy rapid, I think class 2, but low flow, so it was pretty rocky. Right at the spot where in most of the other areas it wouldn't have been deep enough for me to flip. But I hit a rock on the side of the boat, caused my boat to tip, hitting up against some rocks as I was upside down, trying to get my paddle out of the water. And then I hit this rock that was just perfectly placed in the water where it was low enough that the boat didn't hit it, but it was high enough that basically my helmet and my back smacked it straight on. And the water was flowing pretty fast, so I hit it quite hard. I've hit rocks lots of times, but this one definitely felt different. Luckily, my paddle was out of the water, I cleared the rock, and I hit my roll right away, which was very good. And then I paddled over to the shore where there was a family that was fishing, and they helped me pull the boat up on shore. I got out, walked up on the rocky beach, and laid down. So I rested for a little while, and then tried to sit up, and it hurt a lot, so I realized I wasn't going to be moving. We had to flag down a car because we were out of cell phone range, and they called in 911, and we waited there. It took about an hour, and then they put me on a stretcher, and they carried me out and got me to the Mariposa emergency. This is the CT scan. See there, 2 of the vertebrae, C4 and C5, that are out of line, and they basically are supposed to be in a straight line stacked on top of each other. This is another angle, and you can see where the facets of C4 and C5 are knocked out of whack, and the facets are like shingles, and you can see here where the C5 facet almost broke out from below the C4 facet, which they said would not have been good. They flew me to UC Davis to get operated on the next day. They have a trauma center and an excellent spine program. They put me in traction to try and weaken my muscles in preparation for surgery the next day to make it easier to reset the bones, and I waited until they were able to get me into surgery. Luckily, the surgeon there, Dr. Javadan, was very experienced, and he was able to go in through the front of the throat, which is kind of freaky to me, and move around the vertebrae to get them realigned. So this is my neck after the surgery. They put in screws and fused C4 and C5 together. They say over time it should be just as strong as it was before, and I'm doing quite well. Overall, it could have been much worse. The only problem I still have to deal with is the nerve is not firing fully in my bicep and my deltoid. While the muscle is firing, I don't have full strength. That's because the nerve was compressed. Now that the nerve is not compressed, they're very optimistic that it should return with time and physical therapy, and eventually my arm should be fully functioning. Special thanks to everyone who helped me throughout this process. Of course, my family, Suzanne, Dylan, and Savannah. Dom was very helpful, as was Bill and Tom and Amy, Jack, Christy, Lisa, and many others. And thanks for all of the kind thoughts and wishes that everyone has shared with me. Here are some shots from my trip to Chile this year in Pueblo. I was both extremely lucky and extremely unlucky at the same time. People ask if I'm getting back out in the water. The short answer is yes. Looking forward to getting back out there. This was a freak accident. I don't expect it to happen again, and I love being out there boating and biking and running, so looking forward to when I'm fully recovered and able to get back at it.
My reservation has been made, destination country roads. I arrived from the city, but in the mountains I was born, and now I'm hoping I can make it to the place that they call sacred. Leave my bad decisions in my rearview mirror like the pavement, and I'm making my own way. Sometimes it pays to go alone, but there's a freedom that reigns in when there is earth beneath my toes. Cause I've been building something better, sketching dreams under pressure. No matter what they tell me, man, I swear one day I'm gonna get there. Cause I can't